All your life problems, money, relationship, work, and health can be boiled down to a single cause: your mind. Your life problems are just illusion, and if you want to resolve them, you must first master your mind. There are four things you need to know, and the first is this: the mind is a problem solver. In fact, it creates its own problems just so it can solve them. Here's how. Once I was walking in the park and I saw this old lady bend very low, using the strength of her whole body to push the cart. And I was thinking, wow, when I reach her age, I want to be as fit and strong as her. But then something interesting happened. At that moment, a man who was jogging in the opposite direction stopped and offered the old lady some money. The old lady refused to take it. And I was like, huh? Here I was inspired by this old lady, and there he was offering money and sympathy towards her. What I perceived as strength, my reality, was interpreted by him as a struggle, his reality. Same event, different interpretation, different realities. This shows that your reality is determined by how your mind interprets things. And because your mind is such a big problem solver, it creates problems by interpreting situations in your life as problems so that it has a chance to solve them. So to sum it up, event plus interpretation equals reality. It's not just the external event itself that causes your life problem. It's how your mind interprets it that creates your reality. Okay, so we have established that our interpretation creates our reality. The next question is, if our interpretation is creating a reality of stress, anger, or depression, how do we change it? This brings us to the second insight. Your mind isn't just one channel. It's a television with multiple channels you can tune into. If you want to watch a comedy, there's a channel for that. If you want to watch negative, fear-based news, there's also a channel for that. And if you want to watch a horror movie where everyone around you is a monster, you can. Your mind will not only attract people who fit that role, it will cast them. Let's use a simple example. Let's say someone says, close the door, don't let the bugs fly in. That's the event. On the negative drama channel, the mind might say something like, the person is so mean. He's instructing me to close the door without even saying please. On the fantasy romantic channel, your mind might say, that person cares so much about me. He doesn't want me to get bitten by the bugs. He must be interested in me. On the neutral peaceful channel, your mind might say, okay, I'll just close the door. Same event, three completely different realities. The mind often defaults to a bad or negative channel because it's more dramatic. There's more at stake there, so it's more significant and entertaining to watch. But you have the choice. If you don't like the channel you're watching right now, you can always switch it. There are many channels available. However, the problem is our thoughts are so automatic and intrusive. They are always providing commentary. The weather is gloomy, the traffic is horrible, I'm having a bad hair day. We are so used to this commentary that we think it's real. We seldom audit these thoughts or ask, wait a minute, is that even true or not? We just take them at face value. We aren't aware of the other channels because our perception is so filtered through our ego. And our ego loves problems so much that we're unable to see other realities. This brings us to the next important insight. You have two lenses of perception, the ego and the spirit. The first lens is the ego, the storyteller. The ego perceives things through the lens of I, me, and mine. For example, I am a man, I'm a hard worker, my heart is beautiful, he hates me. Its only job is to take everything that happened in your life and create a story about what it meant for you. It judges everything as good or bad, right or wrong. I'm a good person, I'm a bad parent, I'm right, they are wrong. It lives in the past or the future. Your egoic perception is the source of 100% of your problems and suffering. Then we have the second lens, which is the spirit, the observer. This is your true self. It doesn't tell story, it just notices. It's the silent, neutral witness that can observe your own thoughts, emotion, and the world around you. And there are two ways the spirit observes. One is through your five senses, what you see, hear, feel, your sense perception. And the second is your energetic perception, your intuition. What is the vibe of this room? What is your intuition nudging you to do? Your spirit is just witnessing the event. The problem only starts when the ego hijacks the event to create a story. Let's use my recent back pain as an example. The spirit observes the pain through sense perception and just feels it. When I get up in the morning, I could feel the physical sensation of tightness in the back. But that's it. It's neutral, no stories. But from the ego perspective, it takes the event and creates a story about it. Damn, my body hurts again. It doesn't seem to get better. I should have overstretched my body that day. And if I let my mind run wild on its own, it might even become, what if it never heals? What if I can't walk ever again? Can you see how the mind overthinks and tend to exaggerate the problem? You see, the problem isn't the physical sensation, the pain. The problem is the story your mind creates around that pain. All your life problems are just part of the ego stories. Even when someone hurts you, that's only a single one-off event. But when your ego creates a story out of it, that person starts living in your brain like a movie character. Even when they are not around you, you continue to suffer because that movie keeps getting replayed in your mind thousands of times. People can only hurt you once. The remaining 7,845 times are caused entirely by your mind. So now the question is, how do we drop the ego's narrative? How do we detach from the story our mind created that makes us suffer? One mistake that many people make is they start to audit their thoughts, meaning every interpretation your mind makes, you judge whether is it positive or negative. If it's positive, then I'll keep it. If it's negative, then I'll discard it. This is very effortful and tedious. It's as if you have a thought and then you add another thought to it. If you have 10,000 thoughts a day, now you have 20,000. So don't judge the judge. Don't do that. Don't engage or criticize yourself for having negative thoughts because you will be sucked right back into the ego's drama. What you must understand is your mind is actually a very efficient yet flawed instrument. Once it get used to something, once it interpret whether something is good or bad, right or wrong, it creates a belief around the topic. It doesn't matter if the belief serves you or not. It doesn't want to waste any calories processing similar information again. This belief becomes a mental shortcut for the mind. So if your mind has been conditioned to be negative, it's going to take some time to completely transform it. But here's the thing. You don't have to judge your thoughts as positive or negative. You don't have to be a traffic police waiting to catch the speeding car. As I mentioned in my book, Empty Your Cup, instead of taking a spoon and scoop all the dirt out of the cup of water one by one, just pour it all away. Pour all your thoughts away. Everything you know about self, good or bad, and start completely afresh. Just don't believe any of your thoughts. Anytime your mind is interpreting something, just be the witness and just let it pass like a cloud. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Your ego can paint you as a hero or a victim, but it's still a story. At the end of the day, it's just an interesting, entertaining story that keeps you occupied for an afternoon. You can choose to give it attention or not. You don't have to reject it or get frustrated if you have a negative thought. You just know that it's a story, it's an illusion, it's not true. It's just one of the many realities you can choose for yourself. Your mind is like this yellow ball. Whenever it gets off-centered, just pick it out and place it back in the center. Do this time and time again without judging how well you do. Every moment is a fresh chance to sit and be the witness. Even if you find yourself getting sucked back into the drama of your egos for hours or days, start again. Just pick the ball and put it back at the center. When you do this long enough, you will develop non-attachment to your mind. There will be this gap between you, the observer, the spirit, and the mind. The inner noise will subside, get softer, and you feel a greater sense of calm and inner peace. You feel presence. So there you have it, the 4 insights to master your mind. You know that your interpretation creates your reality. You know that you can always choose a different channel. And you also know the critical difference between the ego's stories and your spirit observation. And most importantly, you know that the secret to inner peace is to gently return to center without ever judging the judge. All your life problems are just illusion. They are not problems to be solved. They are stories to be seen. For more video on how to master your mind and ego, check out this next video over here. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye.